Friends, today we are going to discuss on the impact of tax collected at source under income tax on the billing of companies and organizations from 1st October 2020. This TCS under section 206 capital C 1H of income tax will be a major change along with GST e-invoicing for certain dealers under GST. However, TCS on sale of goods shall be much wider and shall impact almost all the businesses in the country. So let us understand what section 206C 1H provides. It provides that from 1st October 2020, a seller who receives any amount as consideration for sale of goods whose aggregate value is more than 50 lakh in the previous year shall collect a TCS at the rate of 0.075% on the sale consideration so received. Such sale shall exclude export sales. So, in simple terms, from 1st October 2020, one has to see that in case there is any customer where the sale of goods to that customer from the business has been more than 50 lakh, then on the value above rupees 50 lakh, the customer has to be charged TCS at the rate of 0.075%. This will be 0.1% from 1st April 2021, right? And this will not be there on export of goods, right? So in case you are exporting the goods, there would not be any TCS. So in simple terms, what is the effect of this provision? When you are selling the goods to your customer, you would be collecting TCS at the rate of 0.075% on the sale value over 50 lakh rupees to the customer, and you would be depositing such TCS in their PAN number in the TCS return, and they would get the input tax credit of such TCS. Similarly, your suppliers from whom you purchase more than 50 lakh rupees of goods during the year would be charging you TCS. I am using the word charging, right? So they would be charging TCS and depositing this TCS to the government, and you would get the credit in the form 26AS under income tax, right? Now your income tax computation for the year 2021 as far as paying advance tax is concerned would also change. ERP requires a tremendous change. Friends, important to note is this provision 206C1H is applicable on all businesses with an aggregate turnover in the previous year of more than rupees 10 crores, right? In case the customer does not provide its PAN number or Aadhaar number, then the TCS would be 1% and not 0.075%. It would not be applicable to customers who are central government, state government, embassy, high commission, legislation, commission, consulate, and trade representations of a foreign state. It would not be applicable to any local authority or an importer of goods. Also, in case TDS under income tax is applicable on sale under any other provision, or TCS is applicable under any other provision, then TCS under this section would not be applicable. Very important to note over here is that it would be applicable on PSU customers, since PSUs are not state or central government or any of the persons as we have discussed, right? So, what are the safeguards or issues? The most important thing is that I have said I am using the word charged. Although the provision requires that TCS has to be paid to the government by the supplier on collection of the amount from the customer. However, practically it would be very difficult to pay such TCS on amount collected. So, generally it is advisable, because of practical issues in business, to charge such TCS on the invoice itself and pay it to the government, so that neither the supplier nor the buyer is at any hardship. The other important thing is whether this 0.075% TCS under income tax on sale of goods would be applicable on the base amount or the base amount plus GST amount. So, if the value of the goods sold in an invoice is 1 crore plus 18 lakh rupees GST, the question is whether this 0.075% TCS would be applicable on 1 crore or 1 crore 18 lakh rupees. Again, there is an FAQ by the income tax department which is available on their site. Also, the Madhya Pradesh High Court, in the case of, you see, Vinod Rathore 278 ITR 122, has held that the TCS would be applicable on the GST or VAT amount also. Therefore, until a clarification to the contrary comes from the income tax authorities or the CBDT, it is suggested that this TCS may be applied on the gross value including GST. Mind that another question can be asked under GST, that whether GST would be applicable on this TCS or not. So there, a circular number 76/50/2018, as amended by the Corrigendum dated 7th March 2019, is available, whereby CBIC has clarified that TCS would not be included in the valuation as far as GST is concerned. So, no GST on TCS, but TCS may be applied on GST until a clarification to that respect comes from the CBDT. The next question is, would this TCS be applicable on stock transfers? Since the PAN number of the transferring state and the receiving state are the same generally, therefore, it is understood that TCS may not be charged on stock transfers in common parlance. That is, if the same company is located in, say, Maharashtra and Haryana, and there is a stock transfer from Maharashtra to Haryana, then this TCS would not be applicable. Mind that GST is applicable on stock transfers also, because under GST, two states of the same company are different persons for the purpose of GST. Right? So, this is very, very important and critical to understand. The last issue can be that in case some amount related to 1920 is received in the current financial year, and since this 206C1H is applicable on consideration received, would TCS be liable on the collections of the prior year also? Well, we wait for the CBDT clarification, right, on this point, because until and unless a clarification comes, it would not be the right thing to come to a conclusion on this. An issue which may arise is that bifurcating into central state government who are exempt and those who are not exempt in the ERP, that may require some doing and user training. Also, in case a particular taxpayer has very thin margins and the income tax payable itself is very low, this TCS may lead to accumulation of funds and it may require to be taken a refund back of. So all of these factors need to be taken care of, and it is very important that user training should be done on this TCS, which would come from 1st of October 2020 along with GST e-invoicing. Thank you very much.